Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for October 27th, 2025. One thing I have asked of the Lord, from Psalm chapter 27, verses 4 through 6. One thing I have asked of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will lift me high upon a rock. And now my head shall be lifted up above my enemies all around me. And I will offer in his tents sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing and make melody to the Lord. Now, in these verses, David reveals the deepest longing of his heart. One thing I have asked of the Lord. It's a striking statement. David, a king, surrounded by enemies and responsibilities, narrows his desires down to one central pursuit: to dwell in God's presence and to behold his beauty. Everything else, victory, safety, success, flows from that single focus. To dwell in the house of the Lord isn't just about being in a physical temple. For David, it meant living in continual fellowship with God, resting in his nearness every day. It's a relationship built not on ritual, but on love. When he speaks of gazing upon the beauty of the Lord, he's describing more than admiration. He's expressing worship, a heart captured by the holiness, mercy, and faithfulness of God. In a world filled with distractions and desires, David's prayer brings clarity. There is one pursuit that matters most: to be close to the Lord. When that becomes our focus, everything else finds its right place. The trouble that once consumed us lose their weight, and the blessing we receive becomes acts of worship instead of sources of pride. David also finds confidence in God's protection. He knows that those who seek God's presence are never abandoned. He will hide me in his shelter. He will lift me high upon a rock. God's presence doesn't remove hardships, but it transforms how we face it. Even in the day of trouble, the believer is secure. The Lord's shelter is not just safety from harm. It's the peace that comes from knowing we belong to him. The psalm ends with praise. David, lifted above his enemies, sings joyfully to the Lord. Worship is not reserved for peaceful days. It's the song of faith sung even in struggle. Gratitude becomes the natural response to God's goodness and grace. So this passage calls us to simplify our desires, to make our fellowship with God our single pursuit. In Jesus Christ, we find the fulfillment of David's longing. Through Jesus, we dwell in God's presence, behold his beauty, and are lifted high upon the solid rock of salvation. God's peace and many blessings be with you, and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others.